What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Tons of information across the crypto space to get into, so I am going to hop right in. I'll preface this by saying that I did find an extremely interesting document coming out of Russia that talks about Hbar Hashgraph. I don't think anybody's found this yet either, so it'll be probably about 3 or 4 minutes into the video here. But yeah, I'm just going to hop in. First and foremost, if you guys aren't aware, Darren Moore and I are doing these kind of Twitter space hostings or co-hostings with XX Network, which the first one we did was a couple of weeks back. It was pretty fantastic. We had a bunch of different advocates on there. I wanted to share a clip from the first one here. So this is David Shum, obviously godfather of crypto, talking about there being two types of central bank digital currencies. One with the kind of privacy and quantum resistance that we would expect and want as citizens, and the other. And this is basically saying if governments are going to criticize China, especially the United States or whichever governments there may be, they have to offer a better solution, and then privacy matters here. So I'll play this real quick. It's 43 seconds, and then we'll continue.
It's very exciting, and so I think it changes things. So really, it's not going to be CBDC is coming out to destroy the world. No, it's like there's two kinds of CBDC now, and which kind do people want? Do they want the super strong and privacy protecting kind, or do they want these older, more primitive types? So once again, it's up to the users, it's up to the public, the community, to the people. So yeah, I've tried to make it put the question forward so that the people can weigh in and say what they want.
All right, moving forward here. So I was doing some research today, trying to do some targeted keywords and searches, and there's a couple of things interesting, and then I'll get into the document that I found coming out of Russia here. First and foremost is United States Transportation Command. So if you look at U.S. Transcom in here, one thing that I found very interesting, this is going to be moving forward to 2022 into 2023. U.S. Transcom, again, which is the United States Transportation Command, essentially working on a project called the Ares Dynamic Network Automation Project, which is exploring the use of double blockchain technology for secure communications with commercial vendors. An emphasis on collaboration and innovation will continue into 2023 for this. So there's multiple different aspects for the Army and the Navy within this as well. So check out, and I tried doing a quick deep dive into Ares. So again, that's Ares Dynamic Network Automation Project through US Transcom. Can't find a lot in there. Can find this, which is essentially what I just found briefly today. Ares DNA is a private permission transactional blockchain network integrated with an identity blockchain that controls access to the transactional blockchain. This combination provides a cryptographically secured network of decentralized databases for mission-critical logistics, data integrity, assurance, and highly granular access control to create or update transactions based on a user's role. Blockchains complement traditional cryptographic methods to assure the integrity of transactional information like logistics data, but also C2 mission data. And within this, you can see some of the organizations participating. These are kind of military organizations. This is what I would recommend looking into if you want to try to do some more deep dives into this. I just didn't have time. It's Tachyon Networks, LLC. Seems they're based out of San Diego. A deeper dive, I'm sure you could probably find some sort of partnerships or interesting relationships with Tachyon Networks. All right, this is kind of the crazy document that I've found today, and I haven't really found anything crazy like this in quite some time. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This is back in 2019. I'm not going to go through this entire thing, 31 pages, because I'm not going to translate the whole thing. I will say that the title of this was Roadmap for Development Through Digital Technology Systems of the Distributed Register. And this is obviously coming out of the government of Russia here. This is what I translated, though, that I found interesting. So this is subsection 2 in here. Current status of development targets up to 2021 and 2024. Technological and separate economic target guidelines for the development of the technology and context of sub-technologies. Number one, technologies for organizing and synchronizing data, ensuring the leadership of the Russian Federation, et cetera, et cetera. They go down into here. So leadership of the Russian Federation in terms of the development of innovative methods for organizing and synchronizing data, develop domestic, proprietary, and free methods of organizing and data synchronization, such as Hashgraph, developed by the Swirlds Corporation, or Tempo Radix Development. So, 2021 to 2024, at least back in 2019, it looked like they were looking into potentially Hbar for some aspects. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt. This was back in 2019. I've never seen this document before. Just happened to stumble across it today. I'm sure there's probably some other aspects within this as well, but find this stuff pretty crazy whenever I do stumble across it. So I'm going to keep moving forward here. Obviously, the big hitting article, which everybody is talking about today, Binance and CEO Changpeng Zhao, or CZ Binance, sued by the Cftc over trading and derivative violations. Interestingly enough, within this CFTC lawsuit alleging that 300 Binance accounts associated with the CEO were exempt from the company's insider trading policy. We'll see where this goes. It seems like perfect timing just to see, more and more of the bad news coming out for this space. But certainly going to be paying attention to that. Also, on top of that, moving into some Ripple and XRP aspects here. XRP taking over 20% of the total volume on Korea's major crypto exchange. So this is according to CoinMarketCap. So obviously take it a little bit with a grain of salt. XRP currently accounting for over 20% of the trading volume on South Korea's largest exchange, Upbit. With total turnover on Upbit exceeding $1.1 billion, XRP takes a chunk of more than $221.3 million on the Korean exchange. That, by comparison, is twice as much as Bitcoin, which ranks second, and nearly 10 times as much as Ethereum. So pretty fantastic to see those flows of XRP. On top of this, Ledger putting out a warning. This is for the XRP community. We need to talk about the rise of crypto scams targeting, and I love how they take the little slight here, targeting XRP holders. They say Ripple, but it's XRP, obviously. Scammers are using fake Ledger Live applications and posing as Ledger employees to steal your hard-earned XRP. Stay vigilant and protect your crypto. Here's what you need to know. Really what you need to know is don't open up any sort of bullshit emails. Never enter in your private key into anything unless you're willing to have your funds stolen. And just due diligence, people. I mean, I saw another similar aspect surrounding this coming from MetaMask, I think, over the past day or so. So not your keys, not your crypto. It'd be essentially like giving all of your banking information to some random email if you're to enter in your private key. So just don't do it. Stay as safe as possible. Always, worst case scenario, you can, without getting your funds stolen, go onto the social platforms that you use. Go onto Twitter. Ask people that you know that you trust in this space. Re-verify. These organizations aren't going to be asking for your private key, so just don't give your private key to anybody. On top of this, SumWallet. This came out 4 hours ago. Exciting news. Our WooCommerce plugin just got better. Sum 2.4.0 enabling easy multi-currency payments on your WordPress site with pathfinding. Enjoy the best rates possible. So this says now you can effortlessly accept XRP payments in multiple currencies on your WordPress site with the Sum WooCommerce plugin. The new feature available with Sum 2.4.0, simplifying transactions by automatically finding the best payment route for customers. Pathfinding payments transforms the way store owners accept various currencies, making it more convenient than ever before. For example, if your store's currency is set to the euro or the USD, your customers can now pay with any asset available on the XRP ledger. The plugin automatically converts the payment, ensuring you receive the correct amount in your desired currency. So fantastic. Shout out to XRP Labs. Shout out to Viets Vind. A really cool integration here. So, all right. Moving forward real quick, obviously, especially with all the news coming down the pike right now, just very simply some of the things that I'm looking at from a price action standpoint. And I know a lot of people don't like using market cap, but that's fine. You don't have to, but I am as one tool. Looking at the 50 and the 21 EMAs, look at the 50, which is obviously the blue line here. We did break above it for the first time in quite some time on the weekly. Touched base on it as support. Still holding it as support with a candle body right now. I would be paying attention to right around 1.09 trillion. And then certainly be paying attention to like 1.075 trillion. Maybe we do play around in here a little bit. Same thing with Bitcoin. Really kind of paying attention to this, especially with the 200 week and the 50. So the 200 week historically has been it's like 210. The 210 week has been like every market bottom in Bitcoin's previous history. It's this thin little line right here. You can see during this cycle, we obviously did break below it for the first time ever on the weekly in Bitcoin's history. So we broke below it during the bear market. We've just reclaimed it. And there's a convergence right here of that 200 week, which is the thin line, and the 50. So I would be paying attention to potential areas of support from these candle bodies, as well as, where the 200 week and the 50, so the thin line and the blue line kind of are converging right around $25,300 for Bitcoin. If I remove this line, you can probably see a little bit clearer. There's that thin little line. There's the blue line. Would not be surprised to see some action back on there to retest it as potential support. Definitely don't want to see us break down below. Last but not least, I did a video last week about China brokering a peace deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. And there's obviously some aspects involving oil on top of all this. And now, more recently, yesterday, we see the president of Kenya telling United States citizens to get rid of US dollars, and an announcement coming out today as well. I'll play this quickly. If I can. Audio is not working. But anyways, essentially he's saying ditch US dollars or you're going to lose money. And then this coming on the tail end of this announcement here, which also came out today, Kenya to start buying petroleum products with Kenyan shillings. Oil marketers will also start paying for goods with shillings rather than dollars, as has been the practice previously. In an effort to combat the country's continuing dollar shortage, the Kenyan government has signed an agreement with 3 international oil companies that will allow the African nation to purchase oil using Kenyan shillings. Due to the dollar shortage, which the government is trying to address, businesses that import goods for their operations, including oil marketers and manufacturers, have been forced to pay more for dollars than the official average exchange rate set by the Central Bank of Kenya. This is just kind of crazy to see kind of all of this stuff converging together. This video that I just did a few days ago talking about some similar aspects in some different nations. Yep, just paying attention across the board here. I do think that Hbar thing that I found was, I've never seen that before. But again, take it with a grain of salt. It's 2019. I certainly don't want to speculate, but just reading verbatim what it says in that document. And then enjoying the show. Not freaking out right now regarding price action, but just paying attention. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will talk to you when I talk to you. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye.